Welcome to the Stoic Tide. Most people have never had someone just listen to them, not for a few seconds. Not between phone glances, but truly, completely, for 10 quiet minutes. Think about it. When was the last time someone looked you in the eye and stayed? Silent, no advice, no story of their own. No, I know exactly how you feel. Just presence, just calm, just you. If you can't remember, you're not alone. Because in today's world, conversation has become performance. We speak to reply, not to understand. We listen to respond, not to connect. But the Stoics, they knew something we've forgotten. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." In a world full of noise, the rarest skill isn't speaking beautifully, it's listening deeply. This is the story of the lost art of listening. A skill so simple, so powerful, it can change how you connect, love, and even heal others tonight. You'll remember what it means to truly be present. Part 1. The Silence That Heals. There's a man named Stephen Bartlett, the host of a podcast called The Diary of a CEO. Guests come to his studio, sit down, and within minutes, they open their souls. Some cry, some reveal secrets they've never told another human being. But here's the secret, it's not his words that make it happen. It's his silence. He doesn't interrupt. He doesn't rush to comfort. He simply listens. 3 minutes can pass in silence. And somehow, those minutes say more than any speech. The Stoics understood this kind of silence. To them, silence wasn't emptiness, it was medicine. Seneca once said, "Nothing soothes the soul like the stillness of one who loves." When you resist the urge to interrupt, when you stay with someone through their stumbles, their pauses, you send a message louder than words. I'm here. Your story matters, and that changes everything. Because in that quiet, people start to heal. Visual cue, soft glow, camera slow zoom. So, the first lesson, don't fear the silence. Become it. Part 2. The Power of Slow Questions. The next time someone opens up to you, resist the reflex to fix. Don't say, "I understand." Don't say, "It'll be okay." Instead, breathe, wait, and ask softly, "Can you tell me more about that? How did that change you?" These aren't small questions. They are keys. They open the locked rooms of the soul. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Seek to understand what lies behind the words of others before you judge them." When you ask slowly, you're not interrogating. You're inviting. You're telling the other person, "You're safe here." A Stoic doesn't ask to be clever. A Stoic asks to illuminate, because people don't heal when they're told what to feel. They heal when they finally hear themselves say what they've been holding inside. Part 3. When silence becomes medicine, there's a story Stephen once told. A man spoke about his mother, the one he'd lost years ago. His voice trembled. His words stumbled. He broke down. And Stephen said nothing. No, stay strong, no, time heals, just silence. 3 long sacred minutes, the man cried, then smiled, as if a lifetime of grief had finally found rest. We think healing comes from words, but sometimes healing comes from the courage to stay quiet. Stoicism teaches, not everything requires action. Sometimes the act of stillness is the greatest act of love. Part 4. When reflection creates connection after. Someone shares their story. Don't rush to fix it. Don't try to sound wise. Simply reflect their emotion back to them. If they say, "I was terrified when my father left," you can gently respond, "Perhaps that made you feel abandoned." That single reflection says, "I understand you." And for many, that's all they ever wanted to hear. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you listen to another person with your soul, you offer them a safe place in a world filled with chaos. Understanding is rare. Reflection is sacred. Together, they build bridges between hearts." Part 5. The questions that awaken souls. Most conversations today are, empty. How's work? Hot day, isn't it? Did you see that movie? They start talk, but not truth. The Stoic way of conversation is different. It's intentional. It's meaningful. It's alive. Ask questions that stop time. If today were your last day, what would you want to say to the person you love most? What truly brings you peace? What fear keeps you awake at night? And have you ever spoken it out loud? These aren't just questions, they're mirrors. They reflect the unseen parts of who we are. The Stoics called this logos, words with a soul, not words to impress, but words to awaken. Part 6. Presence. The still energy of the Stoic, all these skills, silence, questions, reflection. They mean nothing without one thing: presence. Presence begins when you step away from yourself, when you stop thinking about how you look, or what you'll say next. You simply exist here. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not let your mind wander into the past or fear what lies ahead." Peace exists only in this very moment. When you are truly present, people feel it. They relax. They trust. And you discover something incredible: the stillness that once made ancient warriors unshakable. That is the power of Stoic presence. Part 7. The 10-minute challenge today. I want you to try something simple. Choose one person, anyone, and listen. 10 minutes. No phone. No judgment. No advice. Just stillness. Look into their eyes. Let them finish every sentence. When silence falls, stay. You might be surprised, because in those 10 minutes, the world around you will feel quieter, and you will feel more human. Seneca said, "He who listens to others also learns to understand himself." Listening is not about others. It's about finding the part of you that's still alive, curious, and kind. Part 8. The Stoic philosophy of communication. The modern world worships noise. Everyone's shouting to be seen, but the one who stays silent is the one everyone feels. Silence is not weakness. It's mastery. Listening is not passive. It's presence. The Stoics believe true communication strengthens 3 virtues: wisdom, because you realize everyone has something to teach; temperance, because you hold back the urge to dominate; justice, because you give others the right to be heard. Be that person, the one who listens, the one who understands, the one who heals. Quietly, there will be moments in life when the only thing you can do is sit beside someone in their pain. No words, no lessons, just presence. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be a refuge to others, not the storm." You don't need to fix the world. You just need to listen to it. So take a breath, look around you, and the next time someone speaks, don't answer. Just listen. Because the deepest connections are not built through words, but through the stillness of a heart that truly hears. This is your Stoic meditation for today. If this message spoke to you, breathe, share it. And remember, the quietest person in the room often holds the most power. You've been watching the Stoic Tide. If you found peace in this message,